Hi and welcome back to the Books Are Everywhere. So welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. I thought I would do better on this week's weekly reading vlog, and it's already Tuesday and I didn't manage to update you guys yesterday, so I am doing great already. However, I have actually already finished a book this morning. I finally, after nearly 2 weeks, finished Crescent City, House, Birth and Blood by Sarah J Maas. This is 800 pages and it took me nearly 2 weeks to get through. I was reading other things on the side and I think that is why it took me so long. I don't think it would have taken me so long if I was purely reading this, because that is probably the slowest I've read a book in a long time. I read Priory of the Orange Tree in January and I read that in a week, so this is quite a long time for me. I did find the first half of this book incredibly slow and it just didn't, I just didn't connect to it in the way that I've connected to a lot of Sarah J Maas books. I found this one very different because it's more of an urban fantasy than a historical setting fantasy like her other books. I think this is the first one that is set kind of like in an urban environment. It's in a city, it's modern, they have technology like TV and phones and stuff. And yeah, they have a lot more modern technology than other books by Sarah J Maas, so I found that one a little bit odd to get into. But I did end up really liking these characters and it definitely ended up having that Sarah J Maas feeling that I really love. I also love how this book discusses mental health and grief and dealing with those type of things in a fantasy environment, which we don't really see a lot in fantasy. So kudos to Sarah J Maas for that. Definitely didn't enjoy it quite as much as her other books. There was also less smut than I expected and a lot more sexual tension. But I know that Crescent City 2 does promise to be even more smutty than A Court of Silver Flames, which is coming out in February next year. But I did still like this book and I'm going to give it 4 stars. It is not quite a 5 stars for me purely because it took me so long to get into. The second half was definitely a lot closer to 5 stars, but the first half did just let it down for me. So today is the last day of August, so tomorrow is the first day of September and I'm very excited to get into the autumn period, as well as reading some autumnal books. So I'm very excited to start my September TBR, but obviously have a bit of a conundrum about whether to kind of start today. My conundrum being, I really want to start Sense and Sensibility because I'm about to go and see Alex and I have a fairly long drive to her house, so I have time to listen to an audiobook. However, this one is on my September TBR, so I don't know whether to start it, but I don't really want to spend 2 hours in my car today and not listen to an audiobook. But what do I listen to? It makes the most sense to start listening to this one. So I may just start this one and do the same thing. Obviously I will be reading the majority of it in September, and usually if that happens, if I start a book before the end of the month, which I don't often do, I try and like finish up a book before the end of the month to start afresh in the next one, but this is a bit of an odd situation. Usually if I read most of a book in 1 month, then I will count it in that month. Say if I finish it on like the 1st or the 2nd, but I read it in 5 days of the previous month, I'd count it in the previous month. And the same the other way round. So I think I might start this one today and just get ahead of my September TBR just a little bit, and then read the majority of it in the September period. But this is my classic for September that I'm going to be reading as recommended to me by Blue. So I have a lot of Jane Austen books I want to get through in the autumnal period, which I'm very excited for, and I've kind of been saving them for this time of year, and this one is going to be the one that kicks it off. So I think I'm going to start this one as an audiobook in a moment when I head off in a little while. And then yeah, we will start my September TBR, which is very exciting. There are some books on there that I'm very excited for, and over the next couple of weeks you will see a mixture of my Bookopolis TBR and my normal mini golf TBR that I will be tackling. I'm not sure whether to do them. I'm probably just gonna like mood read them and just pick up maybe one from each TBR every week or something like that, so you can see my progress along both. But we will see. Right now I'm going to go and head off and see Alex, so I will update you in a while. welcome to Wednesday. I thought I would just update you guys on my reading. It is the 1st of September. Very excited about the fact that it's September now. I went out for a run this morning and it felt kind of chilly and autumnal, which I really liked. And then I've just been doing some blog stuff and catching up. But I thought I would update you on where I am with my reading. I did end up starting Sense and Sensibility yesterday, and I've already listened to more of this today, so I am further through than this. I am probably more like 100-ish pages through. I'm not exactly sure where I am. I think I'm 114 pages through or something like that. But this is actually not as long as I thought, and I'm honestly really enjoying it so far. I think Austen on audiobook may be the way forward for me throughout the fall months, because I do want to read a lot of Jane Austen books in autumn, including Pride and Prejudice, which me and Alex are going to read next month together, which we decided yesterday. But yeah, I am really enjoying this, really liking the audio, finding it really accessible. Sometimes I do find myself switching off with audiobooks, and I need to be more aware of that, that I am focusing wholly on the book, especially when it's a classic and some of the words are a bit like jargon. But I really like the characters and finding this kind of quite easy to follow, very cozy, very autumnal, and I'm very excited to watch the adaptations. Mark has already said he wants to watch I think a movie adaptation with me, and that is very exciting. And yeah, I'm really intrigued to see where this one goes. I did also start Kiki's Delivery Service last night. This was very late last night. It was almost midnight and I was reading past midnight, so I was like, I think this counts to start another one just before. But yeah, I'm about halfway through and I really like this so far. You probably saw in a clip but me and Alex actually watched the film, and it was her first proper full-length Studio Ghibli film, so it just made me want to read the book even more, and I'm really enjoying it. It's such an easy read, it's such a cozy read. This is a kids book. I think it's aimed at middle grade, kind of 9 to 12 age, and there is some slight differences because I believe that the film was adapted for Studio Ghibli, but it was inspired by this book. And yeah, I love it. I love Kiki and Gigi and reading their story, and there is some slight tweaks, but most of the story does stay the same. I feel like the adaptation was done really well. The adaptation, I mean, I feel like they chose some of the correct scenes and stuff that really brought this book to life, and I'm really enjoying reading it. Same as when I read Totoro a couple of years ago. I just absolutely adored reading that. It was such a cozy, easy read, so I'm glad that I chose this one. And I would like to actually finish this one today, but I do have another book I've just remembered I need to start today, so I'll go and quickly get that one for you. So the book that I need to start today is The Quick by Lauren Owen, which I am finding slightly intimidating, but I am buddy reading this one with I think 5 or 6 friends. I think there's quite a few of us buddy reading this one, and we've decided to read it over 10 days, and we're gonna have 2 days to read the section, because apparently there is 5 sections in this book, and we're going to have 2 days to read each section. Okay, so the first section is 103 pages, so if I read 50 pages today and 50 pages tomorrow, I will be on track to read this one. So we're going to be reading it over 10 days, we're going to do a part every 2 days, so that's 5 parts. And yeah, I need to make sure that I've read to page 104. Yeah, 104 by the end of tomorrow. There's other books I need to get to, so I might be trying to read a lot in the next few days, which is fine because I have a couple of days off work and stuff. But this one is LGBT historical fiction about Victorian Yorkshire, and there is a brother and sister, and there is this mysterious club of high society in London, and their worlds collide, and I don't know how the worlds collide. And apparently it's a romance adventure and the most delicious of horrors. So I really don't know where this is going to go. I'm excited to see where it's going to go. As I said, it's not the shortest book in the world, but because we're buddy reading it over 10 days, I'm hoping that that will make me a bit less daunted by this one. And I'll be interested to see how we all find it, so I will be updating you on that one as well over the next few days. But anyway, I'm going to go make some lunch. And then, yeah, I'm going to film some videos this afternoon. I need to edit a video, and then maybe we'll read some more of Kiki's Delivery Service. Hi, it's the evening on Wednesday and I am just about to start reading The Quick by Lauren Owen. I have settled in for the evening. I have this lovely video on in the background playing crackly fire sounds and rain, which is like my perfect combination. I have a candle on and I have my book and I really am feeling like it is the start of autumn. I also have a cup of tea. This is like perfect autumnal evening stuff, so I'm very excited to start this. I'm hopefully going to update you in a bit and see what I think of the first 50 pages. I feel like this could be really dense and I really hope it isn't, because I want to be able to read it easily and quickly and not feel like it's a slog. I feel like it could go either way. It's called The Quick. Let's hope it lives up to its name. I've just hit the nearly 50 page mark of The Quick. I am 48 pages in now and that is where I'm going to stop for today because we are reading a part every 2 days, so I'm halfway through the first part now and I can read the second half of that part tomorrow. But I actually am really enjoying this so far. I really like the writing. It is not dense, easy to read, but also feels very kind of classic, and it is set in the Victorian times and I feel like it portrays the Victorian times really well, and in some ways it does feel like a classic, but the writing is also really easy in comparison to how a classic would read, which I really like. And it just is very intriguing so far. I like the characters. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this one goes. The writing is just really nice and I like the way it's describing everything in a way that's easy to read but still very poetic, and I feel like I can picture it really well. Some of the first chapter or second chapter was set in Oxford at the university and in a library, and I have been to one of the libraries in Oxford University because my friend is a student there, so I have been in one and it was just perfectly described. I just really liked it and I could picture myself wandering around that library with my friend, so I really liked that. And yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. It was a good pick. Intrigued to see where it goes. I'm gonna move on to a very different book now and continue reading Kiki's Delivery Service. I'm about halfway through and I would like to try and finish this tonight. I read nearly 100 pages last night in one go and I have about 100 pages to go, so I might try and finish this one tonight because I definitely need to start Emperor the Vampire and would have liked to have started it today, but I don't think that's going to happen right now, so maybe tomorrow, but we will see. I'm gonna try and finish Kiki's tonight though. Good morning. It is just about still morning on Thursday. It's Thursday. I finished Kiki's Delivery Service last night and I really loved it. It did actually deviate from the movie more than I expected, but I honestly like the differences in both the movie and the book. I can definitely see where the character inspiration came from in the book, but Kiki gets up to different adventures and different mischief in this one, which I kind of didn't expect. I thought it would be, especially because the first part is very much a straight adaptation to the movie. I didn't expect this one to deviate so much, but it kind of did, but I did like the differences and I really liked Kiki and Gigi and her story and her adventures, and I feel like this is perfect for any age. It was a real comfort read for me. Same with the movie really. It's my favourite Ghibli movie and it did kind of feel like rereading it because I'm obviously watching the movie a couple of days ago, but there was enough differences in here to keep me really interested. I think I would have loved this as a child, but I love it as an adult as well, and I feel like that is definitely a takeaway. I think this is something for people of every age. The same with Totoro. I just absolutely loved it and I love this edition. The illustrations as well are worth pointing out because they are so cute and they really add to the story. So Joe Todd Stanton, who does the illustrations, I just absolutely love them. Some of them were kind of like in the page themselves and some of them, like this one, how cute is that? And some of them took up entire pages like this one at the end, and there was a couple throughout the story that were like that as well, and I just really liked them. I thought they were really cool. There we go, there's another. So yeah, I really liked Kiki's. I've also read another 50-ish pages of The Quick this morning, so I've now finished part 1, and this took a turn that I did not expect at the end of part 1, but I'm honestly really enjoying this a lot more than I expected. I think I just wasn't sure what to expect from this. It's very gothic, it feels perfect for reading this time of year. We have very autumnal weather today, and we did yesterday as well, so this is definitely perfect at the moment. It's very gothic. Yeah, it's taken a turn which I didn't expect, which I don't want to tell you guys because it is a bit of a spoiler. There is also some stuff in here that's LGBT, but I won't go into it any further because of spoilers. However, I really, really like that, especially because this is set in the Victorian times. I feel like the discussions that we're already having around that are really, really interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes in the story. So yeah, I can't wait to carry on with this one tomorrow. So the second part is actually quite short in comparison to the first, so I won't be reading quite as much of this over the next few days, but enjoying it, so excited to see where it goes. So yeah, I will update you in a bit. I think I'm gonna go and see my friend for a bit and then do some more reading later. I'm hoping to start Emperor the Vampire today, so hopefully we will see. So me and my friend went to TK Maxx this afternoon because I wanted to see what Halloween stuff they had in, and they kind of didn't have as much as I thought they would. They had these little ceramic pumpkin things that I was tempted by, but there was only 4 in a pack, and I think I'd have probably bought like 1 or 2, but I didn't want 4 of them, so I left those. But I did buy 2 candles, which I'm very excited about. I couldn't resist. These were only a couple of pounds each, and they smell amazing. So we have this apple cider one, which is very, very nice, and it just smells, I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing, it's so good. And then the other one is pecan bourbon, and also smells amazing. It smells really, both of them smell really kind of spicy and nutty, and yeah, this one's just really, really nice. Both of them are really nice. So that is me getting prepared for autumn. Can't wait to put one of those candles on. I also got a book, so I want to show you that. I had this proof copy delivered earlier today, and it is Medusa by Jessie Burton, which is also illustrated by Olivia Lomenick Gill. And I actually requested this for a friend in case she didn't get one. But she did get one, so I was like, I'm happy to keep it if you do get one, but it was mainly for her. And this is meant to be for people who are fans of things like The Silence of the Girls and Circe, but it's actually, I don't know if it's an adult story or not, because it's very much kind of looks like a kid's book, like the obviously with the illustrations as well, which I must say the artwork is absolutely beautiful. But the text is quite big and it feels quite short, so I'm not actually sure what the kind of age range is for this one, but whatever it is, I'm intrigued because Greek mythology does intimidate me. If you've been seeing my videos for a while, I did read Circe and it wasn't really for me. I read Lore and it wasn't for me, so I'm not entirely sure where I stand on Greek mythology, but it's things like this that look like they're more simple that I think I need to actually read more of. So this is about Medusa. I don't know if it is Medusa's kind of straight story that we know or if it's a kind of retelling. However, very, very happy that I got it, so thank you to Bloomsbury, and that I get to keep it because my friend also got one, and yeah, this is just really, really pretty. So yeah, I haven't done any more reading because well, I read a chapter of Sense and Sensibility in the car on audiobook while I was seeing my friend, but haven't read any more than that. I just got to part 2 of Sense and Sensibility, and the chapter that I just read was kind of heartbreaking. But I am really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying listening to the Jane Austen audiobooks. So I think maybe that's the way forward for me with Jane Austen books, but I'm gonna go and start Emperor the Vampire tonight, which is very exciting, and try and read some of this tonight. I don't know how much I'll get done, but we will see. Hi everyone, it's Friday. It's been a bit of an odd day so far. I had to go to the doctor's, which I haven't done in years and years, but it's nothing to really worry about. I just needed something checked. But anyway, it's been a bit of a strange day. It's very rainy. I am about to head out because me and Mark are going to see some friends today, but I thought I'd give you a quick update before I left. I've read a little bit more of the Quick this morning, only like 20 pages, and it has taken an odd turn. I'm in part 2. And we have a different narrator, which I think is going to bring things together, but I'm not enjoying their tone or way of writing because it's from their kind of notebook diary type thing. I'm not enjoying that quite as much as I was the first bit, but it'll probably change between narrators now, so we will see how that happens, but I'm looking forward to seeing where this one goes. I am also going to read some more of Sense and Sensibility in the car on audiobook in a moment. I did start this beast last night and I'm only like 25 pages in, so I haven't really read a lot, so I don't really know what kind of opinion I can give you so far. It is quite dense, but I was kind of expecting it to be because my colleague, who has also read this already, said that she found it quite slow and hard to get into but did really enjoy the second half. So I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit like Crescent City for me, that it's going to take a while to click with, but we shall see. Hopefully as I go on I will find it a little bit easier to get into. I was reading it last night with other background noise and stuff, which I do struggle with generally, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll get some more reading in over the weekend, but I am working and today and stuff, so we'll see. So I'm gonna go now and I will update you soon. Hi, it is Saturday evening and I thought I would just give you a quick update. I have been to work today, so I haven't read that much, but I did have a few breaks, so I have read. I say that, I've read quite a lot today really, because I've listened to a lot of the audiobook of Sense and Sensibility, so let's start there. I'm now on chapter 40 out of 50, so I'm a decent chunk through this now. I'm not exactly sure where I am because I haven't moved my bookmark, but I have listened to quite a lot of this today while driving, and I did go for a run as well after work, and I am enjoying this one. I'm really enjoying the audiobook, and I think that is probably how I'm going to continue reading the Jane Austen books, because I am really enjoying the audiobook of this. I definitely feel like I switch off in places, but I do that with a lot of classics, and I am really looking forward to watching the movie adaptation and seeing how this one translates to the big screen. But yeah, I'm definitely really enjoying it, feeling the kind of sense of drama and betrayal that's going on in here, and how the characters are really feeling. I really feel for some of the characters, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm looking forward to reading more Jane Austen as the autumn goes on. I'm not really going to update you on the Quick because I don't think I've read any more since I last updated you, but I am going to go and have a bath after this clip and read a little bit more of it. And what I've been trying to make my way through is Emperor the Vampire. I have read probably roughly 40 pages of this today in my breaks at work, and I am getting into it. I feel like this is a slow one, but it's not necessarily hard to read. It's not necessarily dense, but it is very slow, and I feel like it requires a lot of energy and a lot of focus, so I think I am going to take a lot longer to get through this than I want to. I wanted to originally have this read by the 7th when it comes out, but that is just not going to happen because we're on the 4th now and I am only 65 pages through. However, I would like to carry on reading this and get a good chunk done, but it is quite a slow read. It is 720 pages, so we will see. But this is, so far, seems to be somebody telling their story to somebody else, so I'm not really sure how that is going to go, but I am enjoying that kind of prose at the moment, so we will see where this goes, and you'll probably see more of my thoughts on this in next week's vlog because I will probably be reading a big chunk of it in next week's vlog. But anyway, because I was back to work today after a couple of weeks of annual leave, I got some books. So I have a little bit of a book haul because I obviously had some stuff waiting for me there and things like that. So the first one I got is Weathering With You, the manga volume 2. This one was reprinting for a while, a month or two, so I have been waiting for this one. I read the first volume a couple of months ago, and I've just been waiting on the second one to be reprinted, so it's finally here and I'm very excited to carry on with the series. I have got the third one, so I have completed the series now, so I just need to finish that one, which is exciting. I do like how the Your Name and Weathering manga series are very, very short and they're only a couple of books, so they're a good one to read when you don't read much manga, I find. I also got my copy of The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, my very, very pretty anniversary edition, which I absolutely love. I love this colour, I love the gold, and it is just absolutely lovely. I haven't read this one yet. No, I have 2 editions, but hopefully I will love it. Obviously a lot of people love this book and I am intrigued to see what I think of it, but I will read it at some point, hopefully soonish. I also got a book from a publisher, which was Black Joy, and this was sent to me by Penguin, and I'm really, really excited to read this one. I've been seeing it around, and I think that this is a non-fiction. I wasn't sure whether it was it is an anthology in the sense that there is a lot of different authors, but I think it is more a non-fiction about Black Joy rather than short stories that are fiction, which is what I kind of thought it was, but I could be wrong. I am not exactly sure whether this is a non-fiction or a fiction. I think it's non-fiction. I don't know. I have a feeling that this is a middle grade fiction anthology, but that's because watching How to Train Your Dragon read it, but I'm not entirely sure. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to look up more about this book, but either way, I'm very excited to read it. And last but not least, before we lose the light, I have a parcel from FairyLoot, which I'm very excited for, and this I ordered a couple of months ago, and it is finally here. I have read this book, but I'm very excited to have this edition, so let's see what it looks like. It's come in a little FairyLoot bag, which is really, really nice. So this is XOXO by Axio, which I actually read an advanced copy of, so thank you so much to Harper360 for that advanced copy because I absolutely loved it so much, and I ordered this one before I actually read it, but I'm very, very glad I enjoyed it because I knew I wanted this book, and yeah, I'd absolutely love it. So this is the FairyLoot edition that has the blue text, beautiful blue sprayed edges. Oh, there's a signed book plate inside, not stuck in. And under the dust jacket is absolutely beautiful. I just love this continuing design around the book itself and how it is the dust jacket art printed onto the actual book. I was very, very tempted to buy myself a standard hardback, but I thought this would be quite similar, and I'm glad I held off because they are quite similar. I think it's mainly the text colour and the sprayed edges that are different, because I really, really wanted the art underneath because I really like it. So I'm glad I held off because I do have one now that has that art under the dust jacket. Anyway, that is my update for today. I will see you tomorrow to wrap up this vlog. Good evening. It is Sunday and I'm here to wrap up this vlog. I have just got back from work and I thought it would be a good time to update you on some of the books that I'm reading, and I actually have a few that I got today as well to show you. So I am very close to the end of Sense and Sensibility. I will be hopefully finishing this one tomorrow, or almost definitely finishing this one tomorrow, and I'm very looking forward to having another Jane Austen under my belt. And I've actually really, really enjoyed this one so far. I really like the characters, it feels very autumnal, I like the settings, it feels so Victorian England, and as I've been driving around the past few days I've been seeing like big country houses that I've passed or in the distance. I've just been thinking of this book and it just feels so, so perfect. Me and Mark often visit a gardens that you will see a lot in my vlogs that we go and wander around because we are members of the House and Gardens, and it just reminded me when we went last week of this book, which I really, really like, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying this. I am looking forward to seeing the movie adaptation of it, which hopefully me and Mark will be watching in the next couple of weeks. So that is Sense and Sensibility. I read a little bit more of The Quick last night, and I'm hoping to read another chunk of it this evening, but we will see. And I definitely enjoyed part 1 more than part 2. Part 1 was told from the perspective of this one character for around over 100 pages, and then part 2 went into this kind of diary format, which felt very kind of jarring, and the writing style was very jolting. I feel like it was quite a lot of info dump with not a lot of writing eloquence, and it was like a lot of like everything just felt very disjointed, but I imagine it's the kind of information that we will need as we continue on in the story, and that's why it is there. But we will see, and I think we are back to the person who was originally narrating the story, and that was the writing was a lot nicer to read in my opinion, so I'm excited to carry on with part 3. The only annoying thing is, and I'm reading this with a couple of other people, and we have all said our spines are cracking. This book is covered in a really weird texture, which is very, very soft, and it is kind of impossible not to crack the spine, which is kind of annoying, but so be it. It makes it a little bit easier to read once it's been cracked, but I try not to crack the spines of books that I'm reading. So I'm also over 100 pages finally into Emperor the Vampire, and the part that I'm on now, I'm on book 2 or volume 2, however they section it out, is it's got a lot shorter chapters, which I'm really enjoying and appreciating. This does feel like a real slow burn, and I honestly don't feel like I have that much to actually say about it, considering I am over 120 pages in now. I have got to the point in my proof where they haven't been including the illustrations, and I honestly thought, if you look at the pages, it is weird how many there are in the front and then there is just none. But it's because there is, I presume they just didn't have them at the time of this book being published, because I just have a lot of information instead about the pictures that will be going in there, that just says like chapter 5 illustration or whatever. So we will see when the finished copy arrives in the next couple of days, probably, what the pictures are. But yeah, I am enjoying it. It's just very slow and very kind of hard to get through in a way, but the writing isn't necessarily like dense, it's just, yeah, very slow, I guess. But we will see where it goes. Hopefully it will be picking up in the second half when I finally get there, but we will see. So I also have a couple of books that my lovely friend Amy, who I work with, gave to me today after work. I went around to see her briefly, so I thought I would show them. There is also a few other things in here. She gets a fairy loot box, and she's so generous and so kind, and will give me and Joe stuff that she, not that she doesn't want, but she thinks we will want more, will appreciate more, and it's just so lovely of her. So she's given me this amazing Caraval pin, which I love this design. It's so pretty. Really pretty. I love Caraval so much. So she's also given me the, I think these are also from Caraval, the tarot cards that are in the fairy loot boxes at the moment, so she's given me those to add to my collection. So there was also 2 books in this month's, I think August's fairy loot box, and she asked me if I wanted the second one, which was in there, which is Afterlove, because she knew how much I really enjoyed reading my proof copy, and I gave it 5 stars, and it's been one of my favourite books so far this year. And this one is just so pretty. I don't have a finished copy of it, and I'm really happy to have one, but also this is just absolutely beautiful. I love how the design differs, and it's kind of more pink. It's got the pink sprayed edges, and it is also, I believe, signed in the front, and yeah, I just absolutely love this. So thank you so much, Amy, for these beautiful things. She also managed to get me something very special, which is a US proof copy of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is my favourite book in the world. It's even still got its original press release in it, and one of her friends, Sam, is absolutely amazing at finding books, and she actually found me this copy and gifted me this copy through Amy, and I just can't believe that I have a proof copy. It's amazing. The only one that I'm missing out of my collection is the UK proof, so if anybody knows of any going, please let me know. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this American one. I love this cover design, which is similar to the cover for the American hardback, so happy to have this one. Thank you to Amy and to Sam for managing to get me this one. It is just such a special thing to own. So that is my kind of book haul, kind of wrap up for this vlog. I feel like I haven't read that much because I've just been reading the same books for a while, and I feel like it's going to take me a while to get through The Quick and Emperor of the Vampire, but we will see. Maybe it'll speed up in the second half of the books, but we will see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did enjoy this vlog, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. You can see all of my social media and my Etsy shop in the description below, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye! Thank you.